Hello everyone, hope you're doing alright. Today I have for you Focus Guardian gameplay. This is my current utility tree that I'm running. I'm also running the Cauterized Coronary Tactical for the raw damage, Fearless Victor for the extra melee damage, and then Champion's Position for the big boy crits. You know I love those big old critties. The focus of today's video isn't actually on the gameplay. Like, yeah, I murder some people with Focus, like it's fine. The thing I want to talk about today is Odessen Proving Grounds. A lot of people seem to be very confused by Odessen Proving Grounds, and I kind of understand why. The game doesn't do a very solid job of telling you like how to play each war zone, especially for some of these later war zones. Like, it just kind of is what it is. So if no one's ever told you how to play it, this is going to be a brief explanation of what's actually going on with OPG and how you could be trying to win these matches. So everything we need to know about Odessen Proving Grounds is located up here in the top right-hand corner of the screen. You're going to see this is your scorecard. On the left-hand side of your scorecard, you're going to see your team's points and the enemy team's points. It is the first team to 600 points wins the match. All right? So our goal is to accumulate as many points as possible, as quickly as possible, and hopefully beat the enemy team there. We accumulate points by capturing nodes. And we can tell what nodes are active based on the mini-map up here in the top right-hand corner of the screen. All right, so this is the second half of the scorecard is like this kind of mini-map, right? Up north, we have the gun emplacement. To the west, we have the starship. Center, we have mid. To the right, we have lab. And finally, we have south. And you're going to notice that these icons are replicated in the actual minimap itself. So if you come here, take a look at the minimap, you see we have gun north, we have starship west, we have mid, lab, and south. So the nodes that are active here in the top right hand corner of the screen, if you're not sure where you're going, you're kind of lost, just pop open your minimap and then start to run towards the nodes that are active on your minimap. All right, so let's say that one more time to make sure that we're all understanding the point. The scorecard up here in the top right-hand corner of the screen is telling you what nodes are active. So right now you can see that mid is active and south is active. So if you're confused at where to be going, pop open that minimap, take a look at the scorecard that's currently active. You can say, okay, now I see mid is active, south is active. I should be going in those directions. To capture nodes, you have to be the only team standing inside the node. So if the node starts off as neutral and you walk into this big, glowing square right here, you will slowly capture the node. You will hold that node until your team no longer occupies it. So it's essentially like a finders keepers node. It doesn't matter how many people are standing inside the node. I don't care if you're a 1 versus 7. If you got there first, it's your node and you get to keep it. All right. So when you move into the node and capture it, it's yours until your teammates or your team leaves. Now this does mean you have to stay inside the node itself. So if you cap the node and then run away, it'll go back to neutral, so you have to be standing inside that node in order to keep it captured. As we discussed before, if the enemy team comes, that's fine. Let them come, doesn't matter how many they bring. As long as you're alive inside the node that you already held, it continues to be yours. If you want to capture the enemy team's node, you have to kill everyone inside of that node and make sure that you're the only team inside, right? So be the first team inside, finders keepers, and then the last team left standing inside will capture the node. Duke's very excited. They're doing construction across the street. I'm so sorry. So you can see here we capture this node first. It doesn't matter how many friends Mr. Ark here brings. We will continue to hold this node until we leave it. Now, you're going to notice that there is like a small grace period where you can leave the node for like 3 seconds, which is why you'll see sometimes people running in and out of it. But as a general rule of thumb, stand inside the node. It'll continue to be yours. So, recapping very quickly. Get to the node first, stand inside it, cap it, it's yours. Don't leave, otherwise it'll go back to neutral. It's yours until your entire team is gone. Finders keepers. Relax, boy. I know. Odessen Proving Ground is very exciting. I know. However, the nodes aren't the only ways to be scoring points, right? We have bonuses located around all 4 corners of the map. So if you're watching here in the mini map, up here in the top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right will spawn what look like objective markers, right? What these are battle mods. When they spawn in these corners of the map, they will spawn little objective markers on your mini-map that say, hey, if you run here and run over this little rotating glowing icon, you will be given a battle mod. Battle mods are pretty darn cool. There are 4 of them. Green mods will turn a node on. So if you have a green mod and you run to one of the nodes that currently aren't active, so right now if I ran to like north and I activated my green mod, huzzah, north would become active and then I could cap it for my team. Red mods do the opposite. So you can see if on the other side of the map, I don't know if you saw it for a brief second there was a green mod and a red mod. Green mod turns a node on, red mods turn a node off. So if the enemy team has a bunch of people standing inside a node, you're not going to cap it back. If you take a red mod to that node, it'll deactivate the node and they will no longer score points. Orange mods, like the one that our friend here just used, will speed up the node. All right, you'll still get the same amount of points from it, so it's not really a points benefit. However, it'll make the node tick a lot faster, so there's less risk of your team losing it, which is pretty nice. And the most valuable of all are blue mods. Blue mods will double the point value of any node. So if I had a blue mod and we had mid captured here and I used it, we would get essentially double the points, right? So let's recap that very quickly. Green means go, turn on. Red means stop, turn off. All right, just like my girlfriend. Orange mods speed it up. All right, like a yellow light coming at you on the highway. Like if you see a yellow, gas, 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 gas. Don't actually do that, but it makes your node go faster, right? And then finally, blue mods are just double. Like this guy's gonna bring a double to us. Very nice of them. I don't think we actually get it off. A couple things to note about battle mods. First of all, if you're killed while holding a battle mod, the other team will get it. So like if we kill this guy right here, we'll get his double, which is pretty nice for us because we're currently holding this point, right? So very important to be killing those mod holders. Secondly, to activate a battle mod, you actually have to click the activation button. It'll show up as a temporary ability bar. Hit the activate button, and then you will enter into a cast time. Let me say that one more time. If you see the little mini temporary ability bar appearing on your screen, you have the option to activate your ability mod, which will then make you enter into a small cast time. During this cast time, you can be interrupted. So if you get stunned or if you get interrupted, you're not going to get the cast off. So it's going to take a while to get those things rolling. So take the mod to the node, click the button that says, hey, use this mod. You'll use the mod on the node. It'll apply one of many different benefits. You can also pass the mod to your teammates. You're going to see here, I'm going to get the mod at very low health. So I'm going to try to pass it off. It's not going to work very well. But you can use the second ability inside of that temporary ability bar to pass the mod off to a teammate. So if you're going to die, it's easy to, you can have an opportunity to pass it off to a teammate, which is, unfortunate. So let's say all that one more time. Here's repetition, repetition, repetition. In the corners of the map, little objective markers will spawn. Run over them. You'll get one of 4 battle mods. Green, activate an empty node. Red, turn off a node. Orange, take the node faster. Blue, double points. These mods are reflected in the actual scorecard. So you can see here, we currently have a double mod running with a speed boost. With the little up arrows, and then a speed mod on the north as well with the little forward arrows. This is kind of like the wombo combo. If you get double points and double speed, you're going to generate a lot of points very quickly. So you can tell what mods are activated where based off of this scorecard. If you get a mod and you run to a node, click the button in your temporary ability bar and you'll use it on the node to apply those mods. If you're not interested in any of that, if you only want a damage farm, totally acceptable. Run to the nodes that are activated and just smash AoEs over and over again and do a whole bunch of damage. All right? But I hope that's a helpful insight into how to actually play OPG. Just follow the map in the top right-hand corner of the screen, run to the active nodes. If you see battle mods, use them and you should be fine. So if you had no idea what was going on in OPG before, hopefully you do now. I'm currently out of video time, which means that I have to wrap this up very quickly. So hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have any VODs you want reviewed, I don't care if you're pumping 26K or you're a 4K objective Andy, that's totally fine. Send them my way to bigsgaming@gmail.com, bigsgaming@gmail.com, and I'll get to review your VOD, and then we can all learn something together. So that's all I have. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Ta-ta.